All right, a couple of tips and tricks to scheduling hospital clinicals. First and foremost, be strategic. Just remember that you can only get um, certain areas at certain times in class. Let's pull up our clinical rotation requirements. This is the document that you might as well call your Bible while you're in medic school. This tells you everything you need and everything you can get and when you can get it. Here's the kicker, okay? You're going to get plenty of ER time. And this, if you scroll down, it takes you through all of your different complaints and medical assessments. All of that will be done pretty easily. Things that you'll have a hard time with are subcutaneous injections, and sub-Qs and IMs in the hospital are a little bit harder to get. Here's the thing, IMs it can get in the trauma bay, because if they can't tell the doctors the last time they had a tetanus shot, they automatically get a tetanus booster, and that's an IM injection. So when you're in the trauma bay, you can get those later in class. All right, so when it comes to scheduling your clinical rotations, when I say be strategic, I mean look at this sheet every single month you go into schedule, because remember, you schedule clinicals from the 10th to the 20th the month before. So if I'm scheduling for July, I can schedule those shifts between the 10th of June and the 20th of June. Okay? The kicker here is, let's take this classes for example. Okay? They can begin let's find a good example. They can begin adult neuro assessments and CVAs down here on 2/23, okay? Now, if they schedule all of their hospital clinicals on the first week of February, they miss out on the opportunity to get 3 psychs per clinical, okay? So they get 6 per clinical of psychs. They can get 3 assessments per visit for CVAs and 3 for neuro. All right. If you schedule it the first 3 weeks of February, you miss the opportunity to get these 6 assessments right here for CVAs and neuros. All right. You're not eligible to get those assessments until the 23rd. My recommendation, when possible, schedule dependent. If you can schedule all of your ER clinicals after the 23rd, do that. That way that you can get a jump on that. Otherwise, you have to carry it over to the next month. And later in class, all you can do is trust me when I say that later in class it's busy enough that you're going to want to get that out of the way first. All right. Same thing here on, let's say it's April. If you go April 1st or 2nd to the hospital, you can't count 5 medical assessments per visit. But if you wait till the 3rd, you can count them. All right. With that, being strategic, schedule doctors first. Doctors Hospital is a fantastic place to learn. It's a fantastic place to start IVs. It's a smaller ER and less chaos. You get a great opportunity to assess the patients. You have a cath lab that's right off the ER, so you get to go into the cath lab and see what an MI actually looks like before you go to Riverside and see them more regularly. Doctors Hospital has a lot of stuff that comes in off the street, and because the staff is a lot smaller, they let you get a lot more intimate with the actual working of, cardiac arrest or a trauma. So schedule doctors first. It'll be your best opportunity to start your program off right. And then just think about it like any other drug addiction. In order for it to stay cool and stay exciting, you need bigger and better things. You'll see those bigger and better things at Riverside and at the Level 1 Trauma Center of Grant. And if you go and spend all of the first time at Grant and Riverside for the first half of class, it'll feel like you're hitting the emergency brake when you go to doctors at the end of class. My recommendation as a former student is to schedule all your doctors and as much of it as possible in the beginning, and then later on schedule your Riverside and Grant. Second reason for this is because Riverside and Grant is where you're going to get all your labor and delivery, your psych, and your level 2 and above traumas. You can't get these at doctors. They don't have the facilities to allow us to actually count those. So down here, when you go in February and you start scheduling CVAs and neuro, and you need your psych rotations down here, that is actually going to be done at Riverside and Riverside and Grant. Okay, so if you saved all your doctors till the end, you can't get these. So you need to save Riverside and Grant for the at least middle or end of class. All right. When you go to your hospital clinicals, help out yourself and your clinical instructor. Okay, your clinical instructor is there to make sure that you get everything you need. You come in and you tell us what we need. It is my job to go out and actually find those skills for you. If you need ventilations, I'm going to go out and talk to a respiratory therapist to make sure that I can get you some ventilations that day. Here's the thing. I don't know where you're at in class, and I don't know what skills you have or have not done. So in order to know that stuff, you have to come to me and say, I've only got 12 ventilations. I need 8 more. Great. Happy to go out and find those for you. But come to me and tell me I need IMs, ventilations, and be specific on how many and where. I need 3 births or an intubation, and that'll help us actually go out and find those for you. That'll help your instructor be an advocate more for you. Again, just a reminder that if you come up here, and I will say this a couple of different times, if you get 3 intramuscular injections, your IMs are a great place to get those. Will be at the trauma bay at Grant. If you go ahead and dress out, meaning put the lead on and the gown, and you get hands-on skills with the patient, they will actually give those IMs to that patient right there in the trauma bay, and that's your best time to do it. Introduce yourself to the staff and let them know what you need. All right, good luck.